Welcome to Deep Signals. Today we're talking about a planet that was discovered not by someone looking through a telescope, but by someone doing math. I love this story. We're talking about Neptune, right? That gorgeous deep blue world way, way out there? Exactly. And its discovery story is one of the coolest in all of science. It's a true celestial detective case that was solved with a pen and paper. Ooh, I like that. Lonely and wild. It really paints a picture, doesn't it? 4 hours for sunlight to get there? It's just so far away. It really is. And the whole reason we even know it exists starts with something much closer to home. It started with a clue, a little wobble in the sky.
A wobble? What do you mean, like a planet was shaky?
Well, kind of. For years, astronomers were tracking the planet Uranus. They had its orbit mapped out perfectly, or so they thought. But Uranus just wasn't behaving. It was consistently drifting off its predicted path. So it was being pulled out of its lane, basically. What on Earth could be strong enough to pull the whole planet off course? That was the million-dollar question. And the boldest idea was that there was something else out there. Another massive, undiscovered planet, even farther out, whose gravity was literally tugging on Uranus. And this is where the story gets really amazing. The search for this phantom planet didn't happen in an observatory. It happened at a desk with nothing but pen, paper, and the power of math. You can see the whole process right here. It's really the scientific method in its purest form. They had the problem, Uranus wobbling. They had a hypothesis, a hidden planet. So a couple of mathematicians got to work. Wait, so they tried to calculate the location of a planet they'd never even seen, just based on how it affected another planet? That sounds impossible, incredibly difficult for sure. But two different mathematicians, working completely separately, crunched the numbers and came up with a prediction for where to look. So, an astronomer in Germany named Johann Galle got the coordinates, pointed his telescope to that exact spot in the sky, and boom, there it was. A little blue dot right where the math said it would be. No way. So the math was right. That's incredible. They literally found a new world with just calculations. It was a triumph, but here's the thing. For the next 140 years, that's all Neptune was to us. A faint blue dot. We knew it was there, but we had no idea what it was like. Until we finally sent a visitor. Yeah, think about that gap. From its discovery in 1846 all the way until 1989, we were basically just watching from the shore. Voyager 2 was our first ever close-up look.
Okay, so after all that waiting, what did we find? What did Voyager 2 see?
Well, what it found blew everyone away. Scientists were expecting a quiet, frigid, maybe even boring place. Instead, they saw a world that was shockingly alive. It was a brilliant deep blue, and it was covered in raging storms, including one massive dark hurricane the size of our entire planet. A storm the size of Earth? That's hard to imagine. We're used to hurricanes here, but I get the feeling the storms on Neptune are in a whole different league. Oh yeah, just a little. The winds on Neptune were clocked at over 1,200 miles per hour. That's supersonic. They're the fastest winds ever found in the solar system. 1,200 miles per hour. Okay, I can't even picture that. That's terrifying. And the surprises just kept coming. Voyager also found these faint, delicate rings, a really wonky magnetic field that's all tilted and off-center, and a really, really weird moon named Triton. Okay, I'm intrigued. What's so weird about its moon? Well, get this. It orbits Neptune backwards. Almost every other moon goes in the same direction its planet spins. The fact that Triton goes the wrong way means it probably wasn't born there. It was likely a rogue object from deep space that got captured by Neptune's gravity. So it's an imposter moon. And it has geysers too? Yep, geysers of freezing nitrogen dust shooting out from its surface. It's just a bizarre and wonderful place. So with all of this incredible data from Voyager, we finally started to piece together a real picture of what this planet is actually made of. Neptune is what we call an ice giant. Okay, so ice giant, does that just mean it's a giant, solid snowball?
That's a super common question, but no, it's not solid. Ices, in this case, refers to materials like water, methane, and ammonia. So think of it more like a small rocky core surrounded by a vast, hot, slushy ocean of these ices, all wrapped up in a deep, gassy atmosphere.
And the sense of scale is just mind-boggling. It's about 4 times wider than Earth. And a single year on Neptune, one trip around the sun,
takes 165 Earth years.
Wow. So if you were born on Neptune, you wouldn't even live to see your first birthday. That's crazy.
So what about that amazing blue color? Where does that come from?
That beautiful blue is thanks to methane gas in its atmosphere. It's pretty simple, actually. The methane absorbs the red parts of sunlight and reflects the blue parts back out into space. It's like a giant blue filter.
But here's the thing. Even after everything we learned from Voyager and everything we've seen since with telescopes like Hubble, the story is nowhere near finished. Neptune is still holding on to some big secrets. For sure, we still have these huge questions, like Neptune actually generates more than twice the heat it gets from the sun. We don't know where that internal heat is coming from, and we still don't really know what drives those insane supersonic winds.
That's actually kind of exciting, isn't it? That there's still so much left to figure out. It really makes you want to go back.
And that's exactly why it's so important. Because out there, orbiting other stars, we're finding thousands and thousands of exoplanets. And guess what? A huge number of them are about the same size as Neptune.
Oh, I see. So if we can understand our own ice giant right here in our backyard, it gives us a model for understanding what all those other distant worlds could be like?
Precisely. Neptune is our local laboratory for a whole class of planets in the galaxy. And that's why scientists are pushing so hard for a new mission, a dedicated orbiter that could stick around for years and really dig into these mysteries.
It really makes you wonder what other incredible secrets are just waiting for us out there.
And that's really the spirit of Neptune's story, isn't it? It's a planet that was literally imagined into existence through math and curiosity.
And it's that exact same curiosity that's going to take us back there one day to find the answers.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this trip out to the edge of the solar system.
We'll see you next time on Deep Signals.